Thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. I think everyone can hear me and see me, right? Like I am audible enough and my video is also clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. So, myself, Akhil Reddy. So, I am the co-founder of CittaAI, which is an AI-powered marketing agency. And we recently also established a separate vertical in the field of AI agents and automations. So, we are trying to solve real-world marketing problems for the many of the businesses across Middle East and the West. So now we wanted to bring that thing into India as well. So we established a separate vertical in CittaAI for that. So basically, our main agenda is to build multiple AI agents to solve business problems and operations to achieve the scalable growth. So with that short introduction, I'll just take this session forward. So I
Akhil,
think
one quick thing. I'm not sure if anybody's getting a little uh, noise or background when Akhil is talking. Is the
No,
case
no,
with
it's
everyone?
very
Or
clear actually. So,
okay, then yeah, go ahead then. Yeah, I think there could be some problem I said. Yeah,
yes.
sorry. Go ahead, please.
No problem, sir. No problem. So I'll just take it from now. So as you all are aware that the introduction is about the N8N no code automation tool. So basically, I'll take you through and guide you through why we are mostly depending on N8N for the automations and no code implementations. So before moving forward, I wanted to give some kind of understanding like how I wanted to take this session forward because that is important because I can see 34 people are into this session. So there are some freshers joining this. They are listening N8N for the first time. They are listening Agentic AI for the first time. So to cope up with the pace and everything, what I'll try to do is I'll try to have the pace balanced so that all the freshers will be also connected with the session and all the experts who have some good experience in N8N and the no code automation tools would also be having some interaction and will get some value. So with that caution, I'll just start the session taking forward. So I'll just start my screen sharing. So I think it is visible, right?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the dashboard is visible to all, and also I'll try to make it. So I think the other window is also visible to everyone.
Yes. Yeah. Your agent diagram.
Yes. So I wanted to give a short introduction on what is an AI agent. So many of the people start questioning me or ask me the major differences between the AI agent and how it is differ from the automation. Because automation is happening from very long time. Like people use automations to get their works done or the things. So what is the thing which is happening differently in agentic AI? Or the agent especially, I wanted to give a short introduction on that mainly clarifies all of your doubts regarding that how the agent works and what is the use case of an agent and how it is different from the automation. So regarding that, I'll start with an example of taking this diagram in front of you, wherein for the LLMs, I think many of you are aware of what is an LLM. It's a large language model, wherein you give some kind of input to it and you get some kind of output to it, right? So if I consider any LLM model like OpenAI, anything, if you give write a resume for my job application, it will provide you some kind of output there. So this is the basic thing that is happening in the LLM. So LLM needs to be always be given with some kind of inputs. And if you wanted to have kind of automations done on these LLMs, you need to connect it to multiple tools. So that's where the automations or agentic flows comes. So I'm clarifying once again. LLM is basically which you give some input to it and you will get kind of output. For example, I have explained once again, taking the example of resume. if you type in with the thing of I want a resume for the job role of so and so, so you'll get the output in the form of a resume document. So what happens in automations and workflows is you combine these LLM models with many of the tools you are having. For example, I have mentioned some of the tools like HubSpot and Google Sheets because that's where use cases are solved, right? Because when you connect the LLM to the existing applications, your problems or your operations are being solved. So the main point of workflows or agents comes when the LLM is connected to the tools which we are using. For example, HubSpot CRM, Google Sheets, Google Drive, Gmail, you wanted to update a sheet, you wanted to keep track of your invoices, etc. So what we are trying to do is when LLM is connected to some tools, then you have the option of getting your AA workflows or agentic flows. Like I'll divide it into two types. One, you can have AA workflows, or another thing you can have AA agent. So what's the difference between an AA workflow and AA automation and an AA agent? So let me take it with an example here. So I'll try to elaborate here. So basically automation works on the concept of rules. You have a specific rule or output, then you know the process of automation. So basically it is a rule based thing. You know that input is a trigger, like for example, if some data has been added into a Google Sheet, you need to connect it to your Gmail, access that Google Sheet or Google Drive, then provide it to an open AI, then you ask them write a brief resume on that and pass it into your CRM or upload into LinkedIn, etc. So what happens in workflows is you know what kind of input you are getting and you know what kind of output you want. So when the inputs and outputs are fixed and you know that this is the kind of output I'll get, then you rely on the AI workflows. So ask me what is the difference happening when you are going into agents. So I'll show you with a different diagram here. So this mostly clarifies your doubts here. In agent, what happens is you have the input ready with you, but you don't know what's the kind of output you need to get. Let me clarify, because here what happens is uh, you have a very large data set. For example, if I'm connecting it to an open AI and if I'm connecting it to Google Sheet, you can connect it to multiple tools. I'll explain it later how does that work and what kind of tools you can connect. But you don't know what kind of input you are getting and you don't know what kind of output you will be getting. So then you should rely on AI agents. Let me take a good example here. If you have connected your AI agent to OpenAI and you given a manual trigger wherein customer enters or fills some kind of form, consider any RAG agent or any form, basic form. We don't know what user is going to type or what user is going to ask. He may ask, tell me a joke. He may ask, provide me the data of the Excel sheet. He may ask invoices. He may ask, write the resume. So when you don't know what kind of input you are getting, you don't know the output, right? So the LLM should have or should make choices here. So the keyword I should tell, which is important here, AI agent can make choices. So basically it has brain. Just you connect with all your existing tools and you get your work done. That's not the case with AI workflow, because in AI workflow, you know the input will be give me a resume or process the Excel sheet or access the drive or something like that. When the input is fixed and you know what operations you need to perform, then AI workflow is better. It doesn't have any brain structure or any memory structure, anything. But what happens with an agent is it can make choices. You don't know what kind of input you get. You don't know what user may ask. For example, if I give real world example here, let me go with customer support things. Customer support or else any RAG agent. RAG agent I'll explain in very detail. What is retrieval, augmentation and generation kind of RAG agents. and you have heard this buzzword, which is AI voice agents. So these are things are comes under AI agent because you don't know what kind of input user asks. For example, consider the RAG agent. User may ask, come to my Shopify website or any e-commerce website, and he can ask me, what are the privacy policies, what are terms and conditions, or else he may ask, I wanted to access this particular product. So when you doesn't know what the user is gonna ask, then the LLM should have a brain to it, right? To access what type of input it should take and how does that process and everything. So I'll explain the AI agent and the brain structure, how it happens, what is a vector database, and how it divides the dataset into modules or chunks, etc. So I think with this thing, I have sorted many people's doubts regarding the AI agents and the difference between AI workflows and the agent. Is that clarifying a majority of the problems people are facing? If someone can clarify me here.
So far, so good.
Yes, you can understand, right? What is the difference and what's the process difference happening between an automation and agent? Because people just build automations and tell that it is an AI agent. But you should understand the difference as well, right? It's not an agent always until unless it is using some memory or until unless it is not making some choices. I think it is going into your minds. So with the clarifications of giving the introduction of AI automations and the difference happening with AI agents, what I'll try to do is I'll explain why sometimes I already explained you that AI agents have some brain and it can make choices, right? So majority of the people or the workforce who are working on the automations and the agents doesn't know when to use automations and when to use agents, because it's all about calling humongous data and processing it. So you lose bandwidth there, you lose all the data there, you use your tokens and you get exhausted there. So what we try to simplify is, we know based on the use case types, we know when to use AI workflows over AI agents, like in case of AI automations, if I mean to say. Because AI automations, which is a rule-based thing, is very reliable and very consistent because there is no much of choice making here. It is very plain. You get the output and it is to be processed with the next node. That's it. Very reliable structure, consistent structure, and it is also cost effective because when you call, I'll explain it in very detail later point of time. But when once the LLM is called here, it needs to get the tokens or it needs to get data from tool 1, tool 2, tool 3, and the brain which is connected with and everything. So the kind of token usage, the kind of burden on this LLM is more in AI agents rather than automations, because it needs to call only one tool to get the output done, right? So that's why it is a very cost effective solution, and debugging is also easy because you know where the error is coming. Because if you are working on agents, you don't know which node is giving the error or throwing the error. You need to solve all the tools separately. So that's the problem. So majority of the things, majority of the business operations or the things which are related to business operations and the scalable growth, we can get it done with workflows until unless it is in multi-agent systems. What is multi-agent systems is one kind of output which you are getting from an AI agent should be taken as an input to another agent. So they are all interconnected. Assume I have a customer support or a RAG agent, and whatever output it is being processed through the RAG agent, it should be pushed into voice cloning agent. The customer support should have an live interaction with the customer. So this is interaction between multiple agents. So when that kind of activities happens, then you should definitely go into the process of AI agents, and you cannot work with the automations there. So the scalability also, it is very good with workflows and automations. So I said you like I'll explain you what is the difference and what's the modules available in AI agents, right? So I'll explain you the things which rather than taking from here, I'll explain you with the N8N dashboard. So let me skip this from here, and if everyone understood the basic differences between workflows and automations and agents, let me move to the segment of 1 second. Yeah, I think I stopped my screen. Yeah. I think this dashboard is visible, right? You can see the N8N dashboard, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll give a short introduction about N8N and its use cases. So basically, what happens when like I'll probably go through this as well. Like if you can see the screen, um, let me give a short introduction. Like why N8N has been so much popular nowadays and what's happening. You can see my screen, right? So I'm comparing the trend analysis or the things which are going on uh, with N8N and make.com, and you can see this thing like what's happening and how these N8N has been booming in last 2 to 3 years probably, because they all started the journey simultaneously, but you can see this kind of improvement in N8N. So can anyone from the field of AI agents or someone can explain me why the reason or what could be the probable reason why N8N is being showcased as projected as the only solution or the major solution for no code automations done? Can anyone? Probably it will be good to listen from some of you as well why it is being most popular.
Sir, it is cost effective and it has a local self.
Okay, can I know the name who is answering that? Hello.
I think it's Rajiv.
Okay, okay. So, Raju, absolutely, whatever you are saying is absolutely correct. So, based upon the cost effectiveness and the um, compatibility, I need to say, because you have the option of JSON editing. So I'll go into that because I don't wanted to dive it, because my introduction is only that I wanted to introduce you no code automation, and I wanted to not to use technical jargons more or less because it will be deviating from my main idea. So what happens in N8N is it gives the flexibility. You can edit the JSON based on the requirements of the use cases, and it has the option of self-host as well, because uh, you can see the pricing model of N8N as well. It is roughly $25 to $28, and people who are starting cannot get it done immediately. So down the line also, I'll explain you how you can have an self clone thing happening in your own laptop. How can you implement the live automations without taking the subscription as well? So as Raju pointed out, so that is the main use case, like why we need to move towards the N8N and why this kind of recent boom is happening with N8N and all. So taking and showcasing the importance of N8N, let me show you the workflows also. The workflows or introduce the platform as a whole. So it's very basic platform. It is based upon this drag and drop model where you will be having access to multiple
Multiple
nodes.
nodes.
Multiple
Multiple
nodes you
nodes
are
you are
getting
getting
access.
access.
Hello. I think someone's mute. Hello.
Yeah, Ganesh. Yeah, now I think you went on mute. Continue.
Yes, yes, yes. So with the platform and the overview, I'll show you some of the use cases which we are trying to solve with our dashboard. But before going to that, let me also take you with the examples of how does the things happen, because I have a one more presentation with me wherein I wanted to introduce why the agentic AI is been projected as the new thing. What will be the revolutionized thing happening with AI agents and everything. So for that, let me present the screen with. I think the presentation is visible, right? I think I need to move it a little bit here.
Yes.
So what's happening with the AI thing is initially when the last year, probably a year ago, when people thought that AI would be a skeptical thing, like it is affecting the workforce and the people will be coming out of the workforce, or they've been uh, thrown away from their works or jobs and everything. So from speculative technology, it has turned to a spectacular technology in 1 year, less than 1 year, I probably assume, because I'm into this and I'm looking into this industry for last 6 months. So
I think Srini, we have lost Akhil.
Looks like we lost him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sudhakar, do you have his number?
Yeah, I'll.
I'm audible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now you
Now
are
you
back.
are.
Now you are back.
Yes, yes, there was a power issue from my end. Sorry for that. So what I'm trying to tell is from last 1 year, spectacular technology in times of adaptability or the scalability which it provided for different businesses. Like I'll show you some of the use cases which is happening. Initially, what was assumed with the technology adoption is many people thought that it would be a big enterprise thing because AI would be adopted with big enterprises and all. So they will be using their operations and they will be having the edge of scalability. But surprisingly, what happened in last 6 months is more than 75% of the SMEs, the medium business scales, are using AI in a rapid scale rather than enterprises, because enterprises are not so skeptical of the data security and the kind of LLMs which is happening. The small businesses doesn't have that much thing related to data, and also they are trying to adopt it very fast pace. So we are also working with many of the SMEs because they are uh, removing or completely relying on getting the marketing activities done with us. They are achieving good number of ROI. Like I'll have the presentation with me also. Like you can see here, right, with the marketing and all, there is a 22% increase in marketing ROI. And also the kind of customer interaction has been so robust that if you are getting a query done to an uh, organization, you are getting a immediate response with that, because we are using AI agents at a massive scale. And the kind of returns like ads also, the feedbacks also, the click through rates also are improving. So marketing, I can give a lot of example how the field is transforming. But apart from the marketing domain also, the customer services, the supply chains, and every domain, I can name a lot many of examples where AI is taking the lead and it is going in the right direction. So some of the use cases I have mentioned, and what are the skills that are required moving forward. So with this, what I wanted to have convey is the only thing where AI is been projected as the next big thing, and it is rightly said, and it is moving in the right direction. By 2029, you can expect a massive scale of business operations, more than 80%. Like Grantner has provided a recent report wherein more than 80% of the operations are completely transformed into an AI-based thing. So taking into the projections and the kind of thing which is moving forward, the most problems or the use cases in the business experiencing are solved through no code automations, because I've explained you, right, most of the industries, like the small scale industries, are adopting it at a faster pace. And small scale industries or SMBs doesn't require much of the multi-agent systems or humongous data sets to be there. So most of the AI agents which we can run in our own laptops and get the works done. Like I have real world examples regarding that. I'll show you uh, uh, some of the use cases if my screen is visible. So I have a number of use cases. For example, I'll show some of the real estate agents which are running and which are getting good traction, which has everything. Like it has the customer support in it, it has the voice cloning agent in it, and it can lively collect all the leads at one particular place, and it will update into the Google Sheets and everything. So many use cases are there based on the industry type which can be done. So it is important to understand and get hands-on experience with N8N. That's the whole point summarizing from this thing. So with this thing, like I'll introduce the dashboard and how does the operations happen and what are the nodes and what kind of output you are getting, so that we will try to implement some of the basic automations, at least like some basic use cases we'll try to solve, because that is the agenda of the session as well, right? I should give some practical use cases which we are solving, so that you will also get some hands-on experience. Like you can see how the customer agent is working, the RAG agent is working, and the small automations are working. I think it is clear, right? I can move forward, right?
Yes, Akhil.
Yes,
Yeah.
Akhil. Yeah.
Yeah. So to take some pause from my end, so what I'm trying to do is I wanted to make this session somewhat interactive because it is appearing to be a one-way communication to me. So what I'll try to do is anyone from you can tell me whether you have tried to implement some of the workflows in N8N and experience some kind of problem so that I can better align this session into that direction because people might have some people might have not experienced some hands-on thing with N8N, but some people definitely would have tried it because they know specific uh, what thing you anyone from your end.
Yeah, sir. Hello.
Yeah, Raju, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So I'm experiencing one
Yeah.
problem, sir. So N8 and Google Drive node is there, right? So I'm trying to upload multiple documents and I want to get the
Yes.
data
Yes.
from the Google Drive node, but it is only recognizing one document, sir. So whenever I upload a
Hmm.
new document or multiple documents, it is unable to recognize the contents of the new document. So the file created method I have tried, file updated method I have tried, but still I'm facing that issue.
It is accessing only one file.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Okay, let me open your case. I have a workflow. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, sir. You're audible
Now
now.
it's
Hello, Raju, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible. Now you're clear.
So what I'm telling is, yeah, yeah. So you are facing some problem here, right? So
Sir,
you can see this
Is
workflow,
breaking.
and I have this thing active. It is provided to one of our client only. So in this node only you are facing some problems, right?
sir, I can't see your notes, sir. If you're displaying anything, I can't see, sir.
It's the net.
I can
I
only
tried
see
to.
the workflows.
Okay.
Sir.
Raju, can you see this now?
Yes, sir. Now I can see.
Sure. So this is the automation which we have given to our stock market analyst. So this is an active workflow. You can see it is processing some of the documents. So probably
Yeah,
you are facing some problem in the Google Drive trigger or the
yeah,
Google
correct.
Drive node.
Yeah.
So uh, if I can assume that because with the things which you have conveyed,
Mm.
you are only trying to access only some type of files, right?
Yes, sir. I've created one folder and I
Okay.
gave same folder ID here. And
Okay.
whenever I upload a new file to that particular folder,
Hmm.
and when my workflow is active, it should be able to pull it automatically and send it to the next node. So it is
Understood. That
only
will be good.
recognizing. Yeah,
Okay.
it
It
is
is only
only
taking one file you are
one
telling.
file.
So I'll tell you this workflow. If you can see the other tab as well,
Mm.
you can see this, right?
Yes,
My Google Drive. So this is the folder. Now you see I have so many files here.
correct.
What I'm trying to solve is I will try to rename this. The workflow is about renaming these files, but it will happen on a scheduled time. But for your case, I'll try to run it now.
Okay.
See the flow. I have a for all the audience. I wanted to explain this problem once again. What Rajiv is experiencing is he is trying to collect the Google Drive folder, all the images or the files which are available in Google Drive. He is trying to access using Google Drive trigger. But the problem is he is only trying. The input is taking with only one file, and the next files have been not accessed. I think this is the problem he is facing.
Yes,
So
sir.
with this, I'll explain you the use case because Raju, I need to make everyone also understand the topic. So what I'll do is I'll explain this workflow, what's happening here, so that it will be a real world use case to everyone.
Sure.
So your doubt will be also answered, and simultaneously everyone can understand what's happening in this workflow.
Yes, sir.
So what's the problem with the client has produced is, see, client has a specific problem where he'll be having stock market screenshots. So he will be having these timestamp things for every 15 to 20 minutes. Probably assume that it's a straddle stop not snapshot. It is a trading based strategy. So we are not going into the details, but what I wanted to have here is when the user is uploading the screenshots, I am calling ChatGPT to see and analyze this image and the kind of time stamping here. The time is 9:15, the value is 1600, right? Now what should happen here is, instead of random name, it should be renamed in the format of the name of the stock, the time, and the value of strike price, like you can see it here. Initially, it would be like this, like let me open another one. So this is a screenshot. The name is like this. Now what we wanted to do is we need to rename it into the format of the stock name, the date, the time, and the strike value. So this is the use case we are trying to an stock market analyst, because on the daily basis you need to understand and analyze more than 100 screenshots for every stock. It is a very cumbersome process. He cannot sit and analyze all the 100 stocks, which he used to do earlier. Now what we have given him the provision is, we have created a Google Drive folder. We have more than 50 to 60 files. On a regular basis he will upload into this file, this folder. What we are trying to solve in N8N is, I'll explain the flow. Try to please concentrate on this who are listening for the first time. I'll divide into the step. First step, client needs to upload all images into Google Drive. Right? Now, can we, Raju or someone from your end can explain me what is the further step?
Yeah, now the next one is you need to set the nodes settings so that your new uploaded images or files should be recognized by the node.
Okay, so let us understand, let us make it more user friendly, or I need to say, let us not use the technical jargon. Don't use node. What's the use case is, first the client will upload all the screenshots into Google Drive folder. Now I should pull images one by one and analyze the image, right?
Yes, sir.
It should provide me all the data required, such as stock name, stock price, timestamp, etc. Right? We pulled all the data. Now what it should do? It should again go back to the same file and rename this with a specified format. Okay? I think this is clear. So this is the problem we are trying to solve to the client. Now client can come to this Google Drive folder every day before stock market starts 8:30. He can come and he can have all the files renamed according to the stock prices. So he can have all the repository at one place, because we are renaming it. He should not open 9:15 separately, 9:20, because it is written there. It is easy for him to analyze the stocks. Now, to get this workflow implemented in N8N, I have written the things which we need to do step by step. This I call it as agentic wireframe, because technically what designers or the developers use is wireframes. Based on the wireframing structure, he'll get the step-by-step flow, and based on the step-by-step flow, he'll make the nodes, each individual node, and interconnect them. So this is the process for every automation or every agentic flow. So before going to solve any problem from your end, try to have this wireframe structure clear. Like Rajiv explained, and I have tried to make it clear. Clients will upload all the images in Google Drive. We'll pull the image one by one. We'll analyze the key points in that image, and we'll rename the file to a specific format. So with this use case, what I'll try to show is the workflow. So I think Raju can see this, and remaining also try to follow up this. So I am explaining you the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and step 6. You can see I have renamed also, like I have renamed it for better understanding. Concept of triggering, because it is easy if you are moving down. So basically triggers are the way of starting the workflow. How you wanted the workflow to start. Triggers are a way of starting the workflow. So there are many types of it. One thing is manual trigger. Manual trigger in the sense, whenever you want that a particular flow to be executed, when you click on it. So what I'll do, I'll come here in live only. I'll go to here to access the node. I'll search for trigger, and I'll get the option of chat trigger and all the manual trigger options and different types of triggers here. So what we are doing, if you are clicking on manual trigger, then this will be executed. If I click on the execute, it should start the workflow. Basically it's not connected to the end flow. Either ways, if I click yes also, it should give node successful return. So this is one type of trigger, and the second type of triggers will be based on the chat trigger. This will be useful when you are using agents, many of the agents. So this is the chat based trigger. For example, you can have this chat trigger copied, and you can go into here, and you can have this thing done from your end as well. Or where is the point? Yeah. So you can write what you wanted to have. Like, my name is Akhil. How may I assist you? So this will trigger when you are giving this chat. So you come here and you give this chat, then the workflow start executing. So either you can have a manual trigger, you can have a chat based trigger, or you can give any type of trigger. Like if you want to have certain sheets to be updated at point of time, you understood the main essence, right? Like if I have a particular sheet, in that if a row is added, then the workflow should trigger, because you are constantly monitoring the sheet from your end. If some row is added or some column is added, some image is added, then the trigger should happen. So this is important to get the workflow initiated. Okay, I think I've explained you more or less about the triggers. Mostly, what's the initial step you need to have to get the workflow started. So for my case, I'm having a Google Drive trigger. Whenever, maybe refresh it, why it's not happening. Give me a minute. So you can see this. So I'll explain this canvas also once to everyone. So what's happening here is, you can see some kind of input here, the configuration setup here, and the output here. So whatever the node you are selecting, it will be having two things. One, the input is flowing towards to it, the output it is getting from it, and the configuration part. So This is the broader idea for every node. You will be having input towards your left, outputs towards your right, and all the configuration setup happening in the middle. So this is the main thing you need to understand. For example, if I fetch test event, you can see, right, it is triggering the Google Drive with all these settings, and it is providing me the output. You can see the output, right? So I'll explain you the types of the output and what's going through that, because I'll give a short idea. This is a schema based output wherein you will be getting all the things listed one by one, and you will be having table based output. You will be in the format of a table, and you will be having JavaScript option node. This is basically used for the technical purpose. Either way, you can understand, it is very easy. What happens in JSON is it will pair the key and value. Remember it in a single thing. It will be pair with key and value. For example, if parents are there, it is been linked to this. And if my last modification user is there, that is displaying this thing. So similarly, everything it will be shown. It is basically mapping the key with the value it is having. That's it you wanted to remember for JSON, because sometimes what happens is if you get some kind of error, you need to understand what's the error happening there. If you wanted to have a greater understanding, you can go into ChatGPT, provide that this is the JSON file I'm trying to analyze, then it will explain you everything what's happening in the workflow. So you should not be, or you don't need to be any technical person there, like to understand the JSON and everything. It's basically the JavaScript language, and this is basically matching all the parameters there. So what I've done in the Google Drive trigger is, you can see the configuration part is very important here. If you go into the Google Drive trigger, what I have done is, initially you need to connect your account here. For example, if I'm not connecting any of the account, this is all my existing accounts here. So the main important process is to get connected with this thing. If some of you are starting afresh, or if you have the habit of getting the agentic flows build and you wanted to try some automations, what I tell is, you have the option of 14 days free trial available, and you can start the agentic flows built and the workflows built immediately. And by the end of this session, I'll give you a broader idea where how can you start this N8N self-hostedly in your own laptop, and you can get it done absolutely free. That I'll explain you. So main hindrance points to many of the people working with the N8N automations is the credentials will be lost easily, and they'll face numerous problems in connecting to the right nodes, right applications. Okay. I think I am assuming it is an unwanted noise, so I'm continuing from here. So if you want to connect a new account, you can come to the point here. You can access the client ID and client secret, which is provided in your Google account console. If you want detailed things of how to connect different type of things, you have this exclusive document by N8N only. You can access how do you want it to connect. Like if I open my Google account here, you can start and you can go into the console part. And here you will be having the option of creating an new project and vice versa. So it will be explained very easily in this document. Just you need to have the client ID and client secret, which you will get, and you will connect it to your account. That's the process of interaction between two applications basically, because you are calling in Google Drive and it should have the proper connection or the password kind of thing to connect it to the Google Drive. So what I'm trying is I'm connecting to my account, and you can see here poll time means how much frequently you wanted to call the application. For example, if the client is uploading it on a regular basis and you wanted the files to be renamed immediately, because if he is doing live trading, you can keep it as immediate, like for every 1 minute or immediate or 2 seconds or anything based on the requirement of the client. Generally, what we does is we'll keep it every day at a night particular time, like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, when the servers are very easily available, and you will be getting your tokens with less prices. So with this poll time, what I'm trying to do is I'm triggering my Google Drive with a specific folder here, not with a specific file, because I have uploaded all the things into a folder here, as you can see. And Once I have accessed that specific folder, I search that folder by ID. So how do you get this ID? Simple, just you go to this link and you have this thing at the end. Or else, if you go to this drop down also, you'll be getting listed by all the files there. So it's not a problem. And once you have connected your account, you have created the poll time and you have triggered the specific folder, what you are waiting for is you are waiting for the file to be created. Whenever a new file is created and it should trigger. So the first step of connecting it to the thing has completed. I'm getting all the types of output I can see here. So once this step is done, what I'll do, I'll trigger the Google Drive. Now I can access file one by one. Now what I'll do, I'll try to access the latest file from here. Like you can see the parents and the limit. What Rajiv is experiencing is the problem here only. What he is encountering is he is only getting one output irrespective of number of files there. Now what you can do, Rajiv, here is you can add a node of Google Drive wherein you can access the files with an option of list there, and you can give the parents ID and you can give the limit as whatever limit you want. I'm giving 50 because maximum images what I'll have is in 50. Above that he won't upload. Now what happens is you can see. 1 second, let me keep it a lower number because it is already get triggered there. I think I got it here. Yeah, you can see some of the things coming. So I think Rajiv, you can try with this node getting there. Once you are triggering with the Google Drive, you can attach the get latest file option, use the query string option, call the main parent file and limit it to some of the files so that it will call the number of files at a time.
Okay, sir.
And later what I'm trying to do, so you can see Rajiv here, like I'm getting the trigger done, one item is passing. When I'm adding this node, I'm getting 20 output because I'm given the output as 20 here, limit as 20 here. So based on your input style, you can keep the output there. So once this is done, many of the people face problem here in the HTTP node. What is HTTP node is basically you're trying to pull some things from the external application. Assume that because you wanted to have these files and the URL and you need to have the file getting into your thing. So if I execute this step, you can see what I've done till now is I just triggered this. I've got all the Google Drive files to my place. Now I'm trying to download all the files because I need to rename this, right? I need to get the files to my location and then I'll wait for some time to get all the files downloaded. Then I will give these files to OpenAI to get analyze the image. You can see you need to connect your account in the similar process. You need to connect and you can give the resource as image, operation as analyzing image from the list. So here I'm giving the detail input. This is a screenshot of straddle snapshot chart. Try to identify these points from the chart, and input is I'm giving in binary files. Let me tell you this step as well, Rajiv, because sometimes output what you have done, you have taken the file IDs and you are getting in the form of binary here. So let me clarify you what is binary is. Binary is anything other than text format, PDF, image, PNG, document, etc., etc. The output will be in the form of binary. So you need to take the care wherein you need to give the input as binary because you already downloaded that, and based on that you will be getting the output. So I'm running this once again because I have 20 files there. So it will take some time because I have 20 files and each and every image needs to be analyzed and it needs to collect some data from the images and it needs to be updated. So let us see what does it do. Okay, I think my OpenAI limit has been reached. So let me check it from here. Okay, okay. So let me reduce the limit to 10 or something and I'll try. So what happens here is you'll get the result of getting all the things like data and everything you'll be getting here. Let me keep it to 1 at least. Just keep it to 5 or something. Oh, no, it's getting. Let me see if this works for 5 images. So you can see, right? I think Raju, you are available and you can see this. Now, whatever input I have given, I need date, I need strike price, stock price, time, etc. It is collecting here. You can
Yes.
see in the table format, you can see in the JSON format, and you can see it in the schema format as well. So you got the desired output. The only thing remained now is to rename the Google file. And you call the same things again. You call the file, you do the operation of updating, you give the file ID from here, just drag and drop. You know these things, right? You just drag it from here and you get the work done because you already have the output to be executed. I think it's got updated, the 5 items. See the new name. So I think with this, can I know the?
So 1 second, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
can you open your node and show which Google Drive trigger you are using, sir, to get the latest file?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll show that. This one you want? Is it visible?
It is visible, sir. It is visible.
Yeah, yeah. Should I need to open something or is it okay?
No, sir. In your node section, right? Can you show us where you got that drive trigger, sir? The second trigger
Okay,
you're using, right, to get the latest file.
you're asking about this one, right?
The second one, yeah.
It's the Google Drive only, but I have updated the name. It's not the name on let getting latest file. You just open the node of Google Drive. You change the
Hmm.
operations there. Like for example,
Which operation you are using, sir, to get your all the files, to collect all the files?
I'll do it from your end. This one.
Search files. Okay.
Yeah, you can search it. You can do the method of advanced searching with the file name and the parent file. You can give the search query as I've given it here.
Okay.
Okay. So I think I've explained you the basic workflows, how it is happening. Uh, can I take it to some advanced level? Like if everyone is interested and if you wanted to see some kind of agentic workflows, how it happens and all.
Yeah, Akhil, please go ahead. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
take
yeah.
any of the use cases that you're working for any of your clients.
Yes, yes, yes. So this I'll classify it as an AI workflow only because I have given the understanding of how does AI workflows built and how does AI agentic flows happen. So this I won't classify it as an AI agent because it's just based on the input output. You know what kind of input you are getting and you are transforming it to the kind of output you are getting. So from here, I'll take it to some of the use cases where we can do the agentic flows. I'll because I wanted to do it from start. I'll try to do it from all the steps. Let me create a different node. See what I'll do is, uh, yeah, I'm using manual trigger. I've explained you. So this one I'll do with AI agent. So this is the AI agent node. So now it is asking me about the source for the prompt. So I have given connected chat trigger node. because I have not given the chat trigger node. I have given as manual trigger node. So I need to give it below. So I am giving the prompt now. Prompt is so this is the input I'm giving. So hello, I'm feeling sad and can you please tell me a joke? Okay. Now what I'll do, I think it is not required for the chat. Okay, let me delete this. Yeah. Now A agent is asking me three options. See clearly, this is an A agent which I am giving a prompt here. Now it has a chat model to be connected, it has a memory to be connected, and it can work on multiple tools. Remember that I have explained you earlier that A agent has a brain in itself. So that brain is the model we are connecting, and the memory is if you wanted to have the chat model to remembering all your conversations or all your existing things, you can attach a memory to it. I'll show you how to connect that as well. And you can connect multiple tools. For example, if I'm clicking execute, you need to collect some if I ask the chat GPT to tell a joke and then please update me in the Google Sheet, then it should have the access to Google Sheet as well, right? Where the access it will be getting from? It will be taking from the tools. I need to connect the tool Google Drive. For example, if I connect Sheet, I'm just leaving it as a way. You can connect multiple tools like this. See, I can connect one more, and I'll connect Slack, and I'll tell after updating in Google Sheet, please send message to the team that I need a leave tomorrow. Okay. So you are understanding the point, right? You can connect multiple tools to the same agent, and based on the input, you can modify what agent should do. So it can make the choices, right? When you clear this manual node and you can connect a chat node and you can directly ask it, send message to my team that I won't be available tomorrow. So it will directly access the kind of node it requires. It doesn't open Google Sheet, it doesn't open any of it. It directly goes to Google Slack, and it will message the team that I will be not available for the tomorrow's office. So this is the powerful thing happening with the AI agent. If you want to implement the same kind of logic in automations, it is very difficult because you don't know what the input will be. You don't know what user asks. You need to be constantly waiting for the input from the customer side, and then you need to change all the different types of nodes based on that. You need to add multiple if nodes, the splitter nodes, and everything. And it is also it won't analyze from the because it doesn't have any brain, it doesn't analyze much of the inputs from the user. So I'm thinking that you are understanding what we are trying to solve with an AI agent. So when I'm trying to trigger, I'm providing it a prompt wherein I'm trying to explain all the things I'm going to do. Now I'll be connecting it to my brain. So brain can be anything, like you can use OpenAI or any chat model. But I'll explain you a wonderful tool here because I wanted this session to be productive, and you need to get multiple API tools which are freely accessible. This you won't get in any other webinars or seminars anywhere, because this session may be free, but you will be getting lot of value from here, because I'll take you through this open router. You can access this later of this session also. What's the thing happening with open router is you can study this is a wonderful tool, the unified interface for LLMs. So with one API key, based on your use case, you can access either Gemini, either ChatGPT or Claude Sonnet 4.0, anything. If I am writing copywriting, or if I am writing any script, I need ChatGPT. If I am writing code, I need Google 2.5 to take the role. If I'm working on some design projects or the Figma things, I think Claude can give me better results. So what's the option available to you? You cannot change the model every time, right? Your brain needs to be changed every time, right? From here. So if you don't want your brain to be changed between the models, you have a wonderful option of open router. And you can create an account there, and you'll be getting access to a key for initial times. Like I see I have used 0.03. Like if I create one more key also for the demo. Now I'm copying this right in front of you. Let us do some action here. I'm connecting it to, you can see open router chart model. I'm actually now I'm keeping the model as 4.0 mini, because that will be good for coding or some purpose based on the use case. I'll sort it. So now I've connected my model, my brain. I'm given the trigger that when I click on this, the agent will start working. Now I'll explain you the concept of memory. So how does that memory thing happen and everything? So what is a memory is basically it remembers the actions which this brain or this agent is implementing earlier also. So for example, today I myself contacted the customer care of Amazon, and if I'm coming back after 60 days, and it should recognize me. Hi Akhil, like you have returned an order 60 days back, and how was the journey like? Did you face any problem in returning the package or something like that? So that feels intelligent system, right? So for that, what we can do, we can attach a memory. So for this memory, like I'll explain what we use generally for the industrial use cases. I'll give the references for that. But if you are starting afresh and if you want some kind of memory from your end, go with simple memory. What is simple memory? It just remembers the information which you are giving now. It doesn't require any API or anything, and it is basically remembering the information for some time. If you wanted to solve industrial problems or something like that, you'll be having the options with vector bases. Like you can go with other vector bases and anything, and you can get the memory thing sorted. I'm not getting the option here. Like let me connect it to the simple memory now, and I'll give you a live demonstration of one of the things. So I think most of you got an idea, right? You have an input with any with your A agent. You have connected your brain, which is your LLM model. You are using your memory to store the information for some time, and you are connecting all the tools which you require to get the work done. You don't know what kind of questions or the trigger will be asked. So based on that, the output will be shown to us. For example, if I delete these tools, it's not required also to delete, but let me save it and run it. What's the problem happening? Let me refresh it once again. Why I'm fetching my internet is very slow. Okay, if I'm running this. See, I'm getting some error. Okay, let me see the error. Okay, it is about the memory. So let us remove it because I didn't connect it. Let us connect it at a later point of time. Let me run it again. Now see, where is my sheet? I'll see the output which I have got. Let me go to the executions and I will. So you understood, right? It is taking the value of error from the Google Sheet because it's trying to update, but there is no access because I have given the input prompt as please update it in the Google Sheet. So let me remove this. Now it will be restricting only to the process of getting a output. See, now you can see the output here. Of course, here is a joke for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Hope that brings a smile to your face. You can see here, right? So it is getting executed. For example, if I improvise the prompt, or if I give some other extra things to do, it will get updated with the things. If you connect to the Google Sheet, it will give all the jokes at one place. Because this is this idea I'm building on your thing, because if you wanted to have some kind of research done, if you want a daily basis, you want to create content for your social media management or some things, you need to have this thing. You come here and trigger at specific point of times. You give the trigger of specific times daily, and you'll get all the latest things, all the jokes or all the content creation at one place. So you can get it done. Like I solved a small problem here, you can solve multiple problems here. Like I'll do one thing here. So I see, if I'm running it again and again, I'm getting the same output, right? I'm getting same joke. So I don't want to get joke now. I wanted to talk with an AI agent now. The purpose is different. So what I'll do is, I'll try to delete this. I'll delete this and I'll take the node of chat trigger. Let me talk with this AI agent. So I'll do one thing. I'll save this. I'll execute it. So you can see here, right? So now I have a chat here. Hello. So can anyone tell me why it is giving the joke again if I'm typing hello? Can anyone who are very keen and very following all the things which I'm explaining? I have given.
In AI agent, you given the prompt,
Wonderful,
hard-coded prompt.
wonderful. Can I know who is this?
This is Vidyasagar.
Yeah. So what I have given is the prompt is still with the same thing. That's why I'm getting the same joke output. So what I'll give here is, instead of taking prompt with the below thing, connected chat trigger node, I'll connect now. Now if I execute the step, hello, how can I assist today? You can see the output, right? So now you can talk like tell me AI updates today. I currently don't have access to the real-time updates of the internet. However, you can check reliable news source, technology blogs, AI-focused websites for the latest news and updates in the field of artificial intelligence. If you need summaries or information-specific topics, feel free to ask. So you understood, right? You can talk. So basically, it's a real-time thing. But the real use case comes when you connect multiple tools to it. You connect Google Drive, you connect Sheets, you solve problems related to customer journey and all the customer service, RAG agents, everything. So I think I've given you the broad understanding how does the AI agent works, right? So this is the basic model wherein you give the input, you connect your brain to it, you give some memory. I'll introduce a wonderful memories in the coming session if I'm trying to make an elaborative sessions on more use cases. Then I'll explain you what kind of memories we'll be having and everything. And the tools, obviously I explained you, right? Based on the prompt type, you can tell it to store it at one place and have the things sorted for you. Okay. I think I have given a brief idea of how does an AI agent works. I think I took one use case and I've explained you very clearly. So if someone has some doubts, because I am constantly talking from my end only from last 1 hour. So if someone has some doubts regarding N8N or agentic flows, or if they want to ask some things related to this, you can ask me.
So in this group, anybody is using N8N apart from Rajiv? Looks
Okay.
like no one.
Okay. Okay. I think it would be more of an introductory session only. Okay, okay, but I probably assume that I have given sufficient information about these AI automations, AI agents, how to leverage upon N8N to build some of the agents, small use cases. Like I'll provide you a wonderful free resource at the end of this session,
Yes,
wherein
yes, Akhil. Yeah, it's very, very useful actually. We are able to understand the difference between the workflows,
yes,
which is
yes, yes.
output and input. We know when we what to do when. So the use case actually, the use cases are very interesting, and we have got very good information.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
thank
Akhil.
you. Yeah, yeah. So what I'm trying to explain from here is, you have the access to the N8N dashboard. You try to access that free trial of 14 days. Try to build many of the small problems which you encounter on a daily basis. Like for example, you will be having some journey going here, or if you want to have a travel planning, or if you want to buy tickets, know where I can buy best things, or anything, whatever use case you want to solve, try to solve it using AI agents, small use cases, so that you will be familiarized with all the node functionalities, how node works and everything. Because I wanted to go very deep actually, because I wanted to explain how does JSON works, what kind of RAG agents, because I have a RAG agent built with me. I'll show you that as well. Because my whole point is to get the understanding with the N8N, but okay, no problem regarding that. I've given the understanding now. I'll show you some of the RAG agents which we have built. Yeah, this is an content creation agent. Like, see, I'll show you a use case here. I'll conclude probably by this. So, this is an content generation tool basically. I've given all the details here, like you can access with this thing. I'll minimize this and make it a zoom thing. So, what I'm trying to solve here is, uh, I'll provide you a form at the end of the session as well, or in the session only. I'll provide in the link itself. You ask any topic to this agent, it will provide the content related to that with image and content. You can directly post it into your LinkedIn, and you'll be getting that as well in your mail. You can try it, because I have solved this specific use case to one of our customers. So what you need to do is, you just come here, take this form, fill the details, and you will get the image, a creative image which you can directly post it into your LinkedIn. So what I'll try is, I'll shortly explain what I have done here, only introduction, then we'll see how it is working, because majority of the people are just starting now. So it is better if I show them the results, then they'll be motivated to start with N8N and get some agentic flows built. So in that case, I'll explain you here. We have the option of form trigger. This is the thing I am giving it to the people who are working. For example, this is the demo link. What you can do is, I'll just keep it in the chat as well. So, okay, I'm trying to access the chat. Let me. Yeah, I just keep it in the chat now. Try to access this file if people who are attentive and wanted to have some understanding of how does AI agents works. Try to access this form now which I have sent. Open it from your end. I think it is not opening. Well, let me do one thing. Okay, let me revise that form. I'll send the updated once again. Yeah, this is the thing. This form. Anyone from your end, access this and try to fill the details here. And once done, tell me who have done it and what you have entered. Is someone accessing that?
Yes, Akhil. Yes.
Yes, yes. Try to fill the details there. So now it got triggered because you filled the details. You can see the automation running. It is generating an image. This node is running now. If everyone can see this. I'll show the demonstration as well. Once this image has been generated, I'll show what's happened in the thing. Okay. Now I think Vidyasagar gar, I think you filled the form, right?
Yes, I filled the form, but I got the error that this is a test version of your form.
Okay.
Problem submitting response. We are getting this error.
But I got the response here. Let me check.
Okay.
Okay, let me see the image here. So I got the image and so what you have typed is let me see from here. Yeah, you have your mail ID is Suyash Mishra 983.
It's not me then. It's someone
Okay,
else.
then someone else filled it. Okay, because I only kept it once, so only the first user will be getting the access.
Okay.
But can I know
First number.
who is Suyash Mishra 983?
I am Sir Suyash Mishra.
Yeah. So did you get the mail? Check your mail. Yeah, mail has been sent. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir.
You got the image?
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, you can send it in the chat if you got the image. So I'll show it to the users as well here. What happened here is I've sent the form to Suyash Mishra. He selected a topic of his interest, which is N8N. His target audience is freshers. Now he submitted this form at this time. What the workflow has done is it has created a content. I'm using an AI agent here. Carefully, please observe this because it is very useful for you, the users. I've used many models here. I'll explain you in greater detail. What I've done is I've created an agent, a LinkedIn agent, wherein what it will do is based on the information given by Suyash, it will generate, see, overview. You are an AI agent specialized in creating professional, educational, and engaging LinkedIn posts based on any of the topic provided by the user. So this is the prompt I have given to the agent. Now, based on the topic and audience, it has created the output. You can see N8N, a powerful automation tool for freshers. Today's digital landscape, harnessing the power of automation can significantly enhance your workflow. Enter N8N, an open source workflow automation tool that simplifies the integration of various applications and blah, blah, blah. So this output, it has generated based on the post. Now what we have done, this post, how it generated based on the chat model, which I have explained you earlier. Open router account, GPT-4o, it accessed and it generated the content. And for research, I have used one more tool, that is Stavely. You can explore this as well. This is a wonderful tool. You can use Stavely or else you can use Perplexity. This is the one. Connect your LLMs to the web and it's a wonderful tool. You can connect it and you can get your research part done. Or else you can use the Perplexity as well. I think Perplexity, majority of you people know, but for some kind of research, you can use Stavely as well. So what I've done is I've used Stavely here. I've connected my open router here. See, I didn't connect the memory because I don't want again Suyash informations to be remembered because it's a one-time activity. If I want Suyash activity to be remembered, I'll connect one memory here. And once the content is been generated, what is done? You can see here, image prompt. What I've done, same agent, I've given the output of the earlier node here, and I said to generate a visual prompt directions, graphic marketing material. So this prompt also you can generate using ChatGPT. It's not a what should I say? It's not a big task. You can go to the ChatGPT and you can get many of the plugins with N8N chat and N8N prompt generation, system message generated, etc. Or else you can directly ask GPT 4.0, it will generate. Now what happened with image prompt agent, we have given this information and which generated prompt for image. A sleek modern graphic showcasing the N8N logo in the center, surrounded by icons representing popular apps like Google Sheets, Slack, GitHub, etc. Now this prompt is been used by OpenAI to generate the image. See, I collected the resource, generate an image, DALI 3 model. Now I'll show what image has been shown to Suyash. This one. See, wonderfully made image showing the importance of N8N, specially catering to freshers, because that is what Suyash has provided. So this image, I can download it or he can download it, and it is been sent to him via mail. You can see. Two, I have pulled the data from on submissions. I'll explain you in greater detail. If someone wants the greater details, they can connect to me, because I just wanted to give an understanding how complex real world problems can be solved, to get an understanding, because you don't need to do anything. I've just given him a basic form. Otherwise, I can give him a Google sheet. He can write topic of his own interest there, and he can get number of ideas, number of images based on that. So I think this use case also I've explained. And that's it from my end. Anyone can ask some questions, doubts regarding
So,
this thing.
Akhil, do
Yeah.
you have any of the most complex use case you developed recently? Just a workflow that you can.
I have many use cases with me, but the only thing I thought is it's an introductory thing and people
No, no,
are
that is
just
fine.
starting.
That is fine. We just want to see the possibilities, right?
Yeah. So I've built a WhatsApp sales agent for one of the e-commerce brand. You can see this. It's a very complex problem. Even the earlier content creation thing also is you can make it very comprehensive actually. I've just restricted myself to giving a simple prompt and getting the image done. You can draft the, you can take that image into and attach it to Kling, and you, or else Google VO3, and you can generate a video there, and you can get the editing part done, and you can connect to Blotato. I'll introduce one more tool. This is an all-in-one social media management at one place. You can use this and you'll connect all your channels to Blotato, so that all the post which is being generated in the AI agent will be directly posted into your respective channels. So we are trying with one of our existing channels with Blotato, where you don't do anything. You just come on the daily basis, morning at a specific time. You give the topic keywords what you wanted to have the content creation done on, and it will only generate the content, static content, images, videos using Google VO3, and it will directly post it into the channels as well. So this much complex problems we can solve using AI agents. And as sir asked me, so I am explaining you one more important use case which we have solved: WhatsApp sales agents, especially for the e-commerce clients, because uh, whenever some user have an immediate requirement regarding e-commerce, when the agent gets into connect with him immediately, there is a high chance of converting and getting the sales done. But whatever happening till now is, when the user messages, no person or human will be available to reply him immediately, because that can be solved using WhatsApp APIs and every other platforms. But special use case with AI agent is, you'll have the all the ready-made material with you. This can have access to all your PDFs, brochures, and everything, and it can provide them all the relevant information. It will be talking like a actual agent, because if you run automations, if you ask him, I wanted to have a coffee, then it doesn't reply. That bot won't reply. But for an AI agent, if you ask, I wanted to have a coffee, then it will reply. It will laugh and it will tell you that I understand that you wanted a coffee, but let us complete the sale part now. Let us go with the flow now, that let us complete this sale process done, later you can go to the coffee. So this much robust the things will be when it comes to AI agents. So this is one use case I'm showing, and one more use case I will be showing you is voice clone agents, because I'm trying to show it in the actual N8N. My most of the workflows I've kept them in the Docker, because I'll introduce the Docker also, how to have this self-hosted N8N agent in your laptop itself without paying any currency to N8N. You can run number of flows, because I am running most of my workflows in Docker itself. So in probably in the next coming session, I'll show you very complex problems. And for this, as sir asked me, I have a voice clone agent here. I'll just try to take that as well. I don't remember the name of that. This is the one we have built now. So content creation I have shown, image enhancement is a normal task. I think I need to show this real estate one, I think, in greater detail if I have to explain a complex problem. Because this real estate agent will do all the activity from lead generation to lead nurturing to voice conversations with the people, and it will collect, it will show the company brochures, it will have the access to all the Google documents, it will show all the listings, all the properties which are vacant, and finally it will update in the Google Sheets that this person is interested to buy and he has scheduled his visit so and so day. So all the activity, entire your marketing team will be replaced by this one agent, real estate agent. So because it is only collecting the leads from Facebook, and once you get that things from the Facebook, you can have this data stored in Google Sheets, and you can have a voice calling agent to specifically to cater to his needs. You can show the properties to them. You can talk to them. If he is interested, you can schedule a visit with them, and you can update in the Google Sheet. So this much activity one agent can do. So I think, yeah, any more questions?
Can you provide us basic stuff which we can read on?
Wonderful, wonderful. Pushpalata, yeah. So I'll do one thing today because I need this session to be productive and useful for everyone who have attended, because I can see more than 31 people still have in the call. I'll provide you some of the useful resources because I already shared some of the important resources like Tavily and everything. You can use like Open Router as well for your free credits, because anyone cannot have the ChatGPT plus plugin, and they cannot access the OpenAI API key, right? So for them, they can go into Open Router and they can do the basic workflows. And I'll give one more important tool which is very useful for getting started, because yeah, I'll keep this in chat as well. I'm forwarding a website which is n8nworkflows.xyz. I'll just update in the chat. So you have every resources, because I took my own time of 2 hours explaining you 1, 2, 3 use cases, but you'll get all kind of resources at this place. Now I'll do one thing. I'll go into complexity, because uh, if I go to beginner, I have so many workflows, so many. Based on your use case, like if you feel something very interesting, send Telegram notification for new WooCommerce orders, or create smart URLs with bio URLs, generate content ideas with Gemini Pro and store in Google Sheets. If you want to try this, you can open this, you can click to explore, or else you can scroll down and you can read it. What's the overview, what kind of blocks they are using, block by block, what is the input node details, AI processing, and everything. You have everything, and one beautiful thing here is you can download the workflow here directly. See, download workflow, and you will get your JSON downloaded. Just come to N8N and import that workflow. Create workflow, import from file, and just try to access that. Anyone, create viral Instagram JSON. Yeah, now I have this. Just try to analyze every node. What is trying to do. He has given the quick start guide also, but see here, if I am clicking on one node, see it has some error. So try to identify what it is doing, what it is trying to solve, and what error it is throwing. And one important thing you can do is, if you are getting some problem also, you have the AI assistant here. So it will guide you. It will tell you what problem you are facing, what you need to do, and why this error is coming in Telegram and everything. You understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have everything. Like you can come into this N8N dashboard as well. Like if I should open again, I think I need to open it again. Yeah. You can come to the templates of N8N as well. See, there are number of templates. You can come, you can search here. But the only problem is you should start picking some nodes, start identifying some errors, try to use ChatGPT. And I'll tell one more important tool. You'll be, because I have already provided one resource free of thing to you. This is N8N workflows, which I've shared it in the comment chat box. One more important tool I'll tell you is you will be having an N8N chat extension, Chrome extension. What you can do is, like Rajiv, if you are on the call, I'll explain you. If you are facing some problems in some node, what you can do is you can open this particular workflow and you can directly open this N8N chat. Then it will analyze this workflow and tell you why that error is coming, or else you can chat with that. You understood, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You can type with that I'm getting error in this node, or else you can try to talk with it like should I approach in a different way, or should I have to do more connect more nodes, or what is the issue? Because sometimes, most of the times, what problems users faces is they don't understand, because most of the people won't be technical, right? So they don't know what kind of output they are getting. Sometimes you'll be getting JSON output, sometimes you'll be getting binary output, and uh, knowingly or unknowingly, what you do is throw the binary output directly into the next node. Sometimes that doesn't take, right? You need to convert the file, the binary file.
Sir, in that second node, there is no list option, sir, in the current N8N version. So what's the alternative, sir?
Okay, in the current version, it is not available. Hello, in the current version, it is not available.
No, the list option is not there, sir, to pull multiple files. So any alternative you have, sir?
Okay. There is no option of list in the present version you are telling. So you please connect with me. I'll send you my
Yeah,
phone
better
number
to
as
take
well.
it offline, Rajiv. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
after separate line.
Yeah, you can take my number. You can connect with me post this session. I'll see the error and I'll tell you what can be done there.
Yes.
I think I have given much clarity about how you need to get start with agentic workflows and how you can build. The only insight from my end I'll give to all the people who are attending this session is try to pick some basic templates. I have given you N8N workflows.xyz. There are multiple templates available in N8N dashboard itself. You can download from there as well. You can clone it directly. Try to identify problems. Someone trying to speak. Yeah. Okay, no doubts. Can we end the session?
Yeah. So anybody else? Any questions? Any other thing? Not only the N8N tool, agentic or any other thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking of giving an opportunity to the people who have attended this session. The people who are till now 30 or 30 odd people can build their own versions. Either they can clone some of their templates from N8N and they can build on their own without getting any errors. Try to forward it to me. If you are building 5 to 10 workflows like this, small, basic, or anything, uh, you'll be getting an opportunity to work with us. Like I'll be getting you or intern or any live projects which you are implementing, because now we are working on a projects on a very bigger scale. The projects with $2,500, $3,000, all the customer support. Because I have not introduced many of the complex workflows. There are many complex workflows. We are using AI was cloning agents, using WAPI and all. There are many tools to explore on this angle. But the thing is, you need to get started with these things, because you cannot lose another big opportunity like crypto, and you can start rethinking again what can be done in the future and what needs to be catched, right?
So you think this is going to be as big as crypto? Okay.
It's bigger than that, sir. It's bigger than that. I have seen that in added that in the PPT as well. Like I'll give one more interesting example to conclude. You can search in the Google like about the Google CEO statement. What he has told in one of his podcasts is he's trying to explain AI or AI and AI agents are one of the finest inventions a man has ever produced, and it is even bigger than fire, electricity, etc. So you can see the kind of comparison, right? Without fire there is no existence, but he is still comparing with fire, electricity, and everything. That is available in number of podcasts. Like you can imagine the scope. all the 80% of the operations will be moving into agentic flows only. So even SMEs are adopting it, enterprises are adopting it. So you see a lot of potential there. The only statement I emphasize again and again with all the people who come to me is, if you are not getting started with AI, the person who is getting started with AI will replace you, and you will end up nowhere. You will be in the same position again. And to conclude, I wanted to have congratulate Sudhakar Garu and Srini Garu for starting a wonderful initiative, taking this to all the people, because you won't get this much of value in any paid courses. You are thinking this is a free course, but it is not a free course. I have provided you ready-made templates. I have provided you free resources. How can you access multiple APIs? How can you use free tokens and generate self-hosted N8N you can use? So it is the only intention of Avian AI to keep it free, but the kind of value it is providing is absolute goldman, I should say. Go to Udemy and search any course on N8N. You won't find this value in any N8N course, because people directly tell that I'll provide you JSON file, import it and execute on your own, but that doesn't give the value, right?